there were times when I was listening to more Beatles than anything else, and then there was gaps. There was gaps in my Beatles listening as I grew up, and I probably listen to them almost as much now as I ever did.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of Beatles shows. We did Revolver and everything. Sergeant Pepper's. What haven't I done on the Beatles? Sergeant Pepper's.
I revisited Abbey Road the other night.
Yeah, we did Abbey Road too, and I have Magical Mystery Tour, and I haven't done that, and I've got some other stuff. I've got some older stuff,
Magical Mystery Tour. I feel it's the Mistake album. First of all, oops, we have an album. Oh, do we? Yeah, those Yanks over there made one. So when you think of it like that, and it didn't have the cultural impact of Pepper, right? And the masterpieces on Pepper can't be touched. There's no doubt about that. And the two masterpieces I'm thinking about is Within You, Without You, and A Day in the Life.
A Day in the Life.
Those are masterpieces, right? But and when you just finally get the time to just sit down and listen to Pepper all over again, it's still a masterpiece. It's still the supreme example of psychedelia. But I've got to tell you, over the years, if I go to those two albums, I pick Magical Mystery Tour every time. It's more listenable.
I was going to say the same thing, that I actually rather listen to Magical Mystery Tour than Pepper. And I've always felt that way.
In general, me too. I mean, Pepper has its place. Magical,
No, it's a great album. It is. Yeah, I listen to that a lot. And 16 years old, I listened to that a lot.
And some of the minor cuts on it. I'm thinking, Baby, You're a Rich Man. I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful song. It is so psychedelic. That's got to be one of, if I made a list of the most psychedelic songs in history, that would be a contender.
You'd have that one up there. Hey, Michael, look, did you see the note here from James Watson?
Actually, I owned a martial arts school and I called it Avatar Martial Arts.
Did you really?
Yes. And the Avatar thing, because I'll tell you, when I quit drinking, I was at my most liberal self. All right. Okay. And I've got to tell you, I was into the martial arts and everything. I love the mythological aspects of it. I love the spiritual aspects, the physical pounding and everything. I just love that, right? And so Avatar Martial Arts, that's what I chose to call, is to transcend yourself beyond just this, to make yourself something better, not into God, right?
That's cool.
I like this comment by Dan Goucher here too about Led Zeppelin's mystic status. Michael, you were talking about the martial arts, and that I was in the martial arts too. Had a black belt, was an instructor and things like that. But what's funny is we would work out hard. Not everybody worked out that hard. Some people got, some people didn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
But we would work out hard. We'd get hit hard. We'd get kicked hard. We'd get knocked down 100 times a night. And I tell you what, you walked out of the martial arts studio with all your toes jammed and everything aching from head to toe. You hope the hell nobody ran up and threw a punch at you.
Yeah.
True enough.
Yeah. My original instructor worked us almost to death.
Oh yeah.
He would not only make us run these incredible laps because it was in a city, barefoot on cement.
Yeah.
But
fun.
we'd have to prove that we could roll on the cement. And he'd call us to roll every time. Well, you're taught to roll. And yes, you can roll on cement without getting all scraped up and everything. And you can do it going at 1,000 miles an hour too, if you're trained. And so I always think of those days as like, I got so beat up, Royce, but what it fed me was way beyond what it took from me.
Absolutely. No question about that.
My brother had a friend that was a boxer, and he wanted to teach. He said, I want to show you, I want to teach you how to box. I said, I've never boxed. I've always been into Taekwondo. so he starts showing me a couple of things. Next thing you know, I get turned around. I hit him with a full roundhouse, he's out cold, and it was just it wasn't intentional. It was just reactionary.
Yeah, I've got my black belts in Taekwondo, and for that very reason is why I also studied Aikido.
Yeah.
And Jeet Kune Do as well. So I'm with Bruce Lee. Whatever the fuck works.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it was funny. If
grapplers are beating footmen,
yeah,
the footman better learn to grapple at least well enough to set up those grapplers to knock them out with a round kick. Right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bruce Lee definitely had the right idea as far as integrating everything, which is why he's considered the father of UFC.
Well, he's the greatest martial artist in the history as far as I'm concerned. Bar none,
absolutely.
Because he broke so many freaking molds, and yes, there's mythical stories on it. Like Dragon is full of them.
Mm-hmm.
That movie. Right. It's a fun watch, but man, there's so little truth to it. But just listen to Bruce Lee interviews, and they're all over the place on YouTube. And the man breathed it. He breathed it.